Good day, my fine friends from the future. It is so good to see you again. I've missed these little moments we've spent each week. But I did have a wonderful trip and a very enjoyable Christmas season with my friends and family back home. And it was almost hard to return here to work. But one must do what one must do, and so here I am. I hope you had a lovely Christmas as well. And now here we find ourselves in a new year. Here it's 1881. I have no idea what year you have entered where you are, but I hope that the good Lord blesses you with every desire of your heart as the year proceeds. I noticed today in the paper that some company in France has announced that they are going to endeavor to build a canal across Panama from the Caribbean to the Pacific Ocean. Can you imagine? What a feat of engineering and construction that will be. I hope they can pull it off, but if I were going to lay a bet, I don't know I'd be betting in their favor. It seems like an awfully large job, on top of which they've got to go through several mountain ranges. And, well, we shall see what happens. Of course, what am I talking about? You already know if it was successful or not, but please don't let me know. Please don't tell me. I enjoy watching things unfold, and having foreknowledge would be a bit of a spoiler. So if you know, I encourage you to keep that to yourself. If they weren't successful, you probably haven't even heard of such a thing. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting piece of news, and well, we'll see what comes of it. Today I just wanted to touch on a couple of small matters, and then I'll let you go on about your business, because I'm sure you have very important things to do. But one of which is, having just come through Christmas, I ran into a few instances of young men who were inappropriately trained in their upbringing and were not appropriately attired for the events to which they were attending. A gentleman should always be properly dressed for whatever he is doing. After all, if you're going to go chop firewood, you don't want to be dressed in an evening dress. And if you're going to the swimming pool, showing up in tails would be rather strange. So be sure to wear whatever is the appropriate outfit for what you are doing. Now, a man doesn't have to have a huge wardrobe of clothing, but your clothing should always be neat and tidy and pressed, and you should look your best. When one looks at you, they will be impressed if you are clean and tidy and your clothing is appropriate for the occasion, more so than if a person showed up with very, very expensive clothing, the best from Paris, but looks like a slob. No. Clean, tidy, and appropriate for the occasion is always the way to go. Now, if you're not sure what clothing is appropriate to the occasion, ask your gentleman's gentleman, your valet. After all, that is part of their training to know what should be worn. If you're going to a morning wedding, this is what you wear. If you're going to an evening soiree, then this is what you should wear. But they should know. And if you are unfortunate enough not to be able to afford a gentleman's gentleman, there are other ways of looking into things to find out. Ask your wife. Or, if you are not married, a lady friend. Or, if you are really in a corner and don't know, go to the haberdashers and ask them. They will be happy to advise you on what is appropriate for the occasion to which you are attending. Another simple little thing which fits in for most occasions is the simple act of sending a thank you. I received numerous lovely gifts this Christmas, and was very touched and flattered by the thoughtfulness of those who took time out of their schedules to find a little gift or something they thought would be appropriate for myself. And so, upon returning home, I took a moment at my desk to write them a small note of thanks and to mail it off to them. That will never go amiss, and I encourage it wholeheartedly. So take a moment. You don't have to have anything fancy. You don't need just a piece of paper, an envelope, a pen, and a postage stamp. And send them a simple note saying, "I so appreciated your thoughtfulness in buying me this lovely gift of whatever it was they bought you." The same holds true if someone has invited you for a dinner. By all means, you thank them at the time, but to send around a note of thanks a day after, it never goes amiss, will be quite appreciated by your host and hostess. So those are a few tips for today, and I will look forward to seeing you again next Friday as we continue this lovely interaction we've been having. I just find it wonderful that you're able to use whatever technology it is to spend a moment with me each week. It's fascinating. I, again, don't want to know how it works, and perhaps I wouldn't understand anyway. I'm not totally a technically inclined person, but I do enjoy having you stop by and see me. So please join me again next Friday. Until then, I bid you adieu.